the top, the religious top leadership, has never defined to us. Do you think you trust God or you believe in God? Can somebody open their dictionaries or Google and check what trust is? This is where most of the people are confused. And that's why most of the relationships have a lot of issues. Do you think, if you believe in God, if you're those people who know that God exists, do you trust in God or do you believe in God? I do not want the general knowledge that people always say. Don't tell me what people say. I want you to assess yourself where you are. Do you think, I'm asking you, I'm not asking that what should we do? I'm asking, what do you think about yourself? Do you trust in God or do you believe in God? And I'll define to you and I'll make you understand if it is very hard for you to understand what I'm talking about. You see, when you trust in something, it means there is no doubt. There is no single doubt. Like, once I tell all of you that, you know what, God is going to put water to fill this glass. When you trust, you should never doubt my word. You should know and it should happen. That is trust. But when you believe, you have these two things. When I say that God is going to make it happen, you will say amen, but in your head, you have two doubts. It's either God will do it or God will not do it. That is belief. That's not trust. Nobody, no human being alive trusts God. And that's why things don't happen to us. We only believe in God. In writings, in talks, we always say, I trust in God. But have we ever asked ourselves what trust is? Trust is having the strongest belief that nothing can ever go wrong. When you believe, you are just like, okay, I will say yes, but it can happen or it might not happen. That is why people go to church, you pray, you come out of the church, and nothing happens because we only believe. We have not been taught. Nobody is teaching us how to trust in God. Every teaching around us is only how to believe in God. We are only told that you need to trust God. But nobody is telling us, how do we trust in God? We are only practicing the belief in God. You understand? Which means we are just believing. Because even right now, if somebody tells you that, okay, prove to me that God is alive, you will be like, so how do you want me to prove to you? But do you know there's a way you can prove to somebody that God is alive? And you can only prove to somebody God is the one who created us when you trust in that thing. But what you are not being told is that even the books that we read talks about believing in God. We believe in our Creator. But I don't want to get into that. I was talking about that so that I can make you understand what I want to talk about. So, when you are in a relationship, are you supposed to fight to trust or are you supposed to fight to believe? I'll tell you number one. Think about a marriage scenario. Have you guys ever asked yourselves, why must you wed, and during wedding, why must you sign papers? I want somebody to answer me that in the comment section. Why is it that when you are wedding your partner, you have to put signature in a certain paper, and that paper comes not from any other person but from the government? Have you guys ever questioned yourself why that happens? If today we will ask you, like, are you guys married? Yes. What proves it? Have you guys ever asked yourself, why do we do that? Toke, thank you for the flowers. Why do we have to sign a paper when we are getting married? It's because there's no trust between these two people who are getting married. No one trusts us within that marriage. And we too also don't trust each other. So there has to be something that must be there to show that this thing has been done, and there is no way you can leave this person and one day come and tell us that you were never married. Imagine, I want you guys to ask yourselves a question. Imagine a scenario where people get married without papers. You just go take a woman and start living with them. What is going to happen? How many people will accept to divide their property 50-50 when they're getting divorced without papers? Trust. The society teaches us that we have to build trust, that relationships are in the foundation of trust. But let me tell you something, there's nothing like that. Nobody trusts anyone. No one, nobody can trust you. Trust is something so powerful, so difficult to have. But when you learn the process of believing and you start to build yourself to know somebody from one point to another, to learn about them, you start to do things you promise and you do them. You can never trust somebody that breaks promises. You are in relationship with somebody, lying, doing things, but still we are saying we trust each other. Today this topic came from my student. I was having a class with one of my students today around 5 p.m. And she asked me a question that how long does it take for two people who are in relationship to engage and start trusting each other and all that? Then I told her that, you know what? Just remove the trust first. Once you remove trust, forget about the time. There's no time duration for you to figure out that now it's time to engage, time to get married. It's about, is this person ready? Does this person have the things that are supposed to be put in place for marriage to happen? And then we got to a point where now she was asking me that, now, coach, what happens when a guy comes to me and says that, proposes to me as a surprise? What do I do? How will I know that it is the right time? Then I told this lady this, that I have seen a lot of videos going around where a man goes and proposes to a woman and the woman denies that proposal. And people go, rambling and, laughing, some people castigating this lady. Oh, what happened? What happened to this lady? This guy has been loving her. How can she deny this engagement? But people don't question themselves. Do we ever take time to ask these ladies that, why did you deny the engagement ring? Why did you not accept? He went on his knees. Why did you deny that? Let me tell you guys, if you are a woman who understands the person that you are, even when a man is the best that you need in your life, and they propose to you when you are not ready for that marriage, it is okay to say no. Saying no to an engagement doesn't mean that you do not want that man. It doesn't mean that this man is not enough for you. What it means, you understand yourself and you are feeling like, if I accept this engagement at this time, I'm not going to be the perfect woman he needs. He's a great guy. He's got all the qualities. He's ready, but I'm not. That's why I'm saying no. And men and women, when a guy says no to an engagement and this guy has been loving you, your relationship has been okay, don't cry, don't run away, don't start to abuse them. Hug them, ask them why. That's why I tell people that when you are dating, try to get deeper into the life of every person. Try to ask them, what are your goals? What do you intend to have? When are you planning to get married? Such that when you go to surprise a lady with an engagement ring, you are surprising them when you know that this lady is ready, and you can see. As a man, you can see through this lady that this lady is ready. She's got everything that she needs. She's independent. She's bought everything that she's been looking for. She's not a needy in my life. She's already ready for marriage. Now, I do not want to ask her to know, but I want to surprise her. But before I surprise her with this ring, I need to be sure that this woman is ready. The same thing goes to women. Sometimes women are wondering, why is this guy not proposing to me? The guy sometimes sees you as the perfect woman for him, but he is the one who is not ready. He is seeing you as ready. He can see that you are ready. You are a woman who has got your place. But in his heart, he can say that, no, I'm not ready. I'm going to take time. So when somebody tells you that, coach, how long does it take for an engagement to happen? There's no period for engagement. There is only readiness to engagement. Is my fiance ready? Sometimes I'll tell you how it happens. Somebody's telling you that you need to build trust. You need to build trust. It is not trust. Build belief. Believe in that person. Build the belief that she is capable. When you build trust, it means that 100% this woman is perfect. So if she fails, that relationship is gone. But when you build your relationship on believing on each other, it means that when my fiancé goes down, I will lift her up. When my fiancé messes, I will check on myself to see where did I go wrong? What did I not do right? So I can lift her up and we move on a beam balance. When my fiancé gets down, I am there as a rock to lift her up or to lift him up. We believe in each other. Trust is something that can never happen with our generation and the way we are, unless the church, the mosque, the schools start to teach us how to trust. Because we have never been taught how to trust. The teachings we are getting are all how to believe, not how to trust. Nobody can trust you. That is why, even when you get employment, you must sign a contract. Because no trust. There has to be a contract between you and your employer. When you go to school for enrollment, there has to be something written down. And you have to be given an admission number because nobody trusts you. Anyone can come from anywhere and claim that I was admitted in this school. So all what we are practicing in our life is belief. It's not trust. We believe in each other. We believe that he will not let me down. I believe that she's not going to let me down. It's not that I trust. When you trust, it means that woman, that man will never let you down. That is what we are calling trust. So, what am I trying to teach here? I'm trying to teach build belief instead of trying to build trust that is going to hurt you. You will hurt trying to build trust. Trust ignites and invites perfection. We can only trust in God, not in human beings. So relationships must be built on a background and foundation of believing in each other. Trust, we can only trust God. It is only God who cannot change. Human beings are changing every day. So when we believe, we do not have proof that they will do what they are telling us they will do. But we just believe that they will do. So you give your heart a space to take in when you are disappointed. But when you build your heart on trust, when these people disappoint you, you start calling men dogs. When they disappoint you, start calling women bitches. So when you build your heart on belief, I believe that John is not going to, disappoint me. I believe that he's not going to disappoint me. This is going to work for us. Somebody asks you that, what about him? Do you trust in him? You know what? I don't trust him, but I believe. I believe him. I believe what he's telling me is true. What does believe mean? Believe means that that man, what he's saying, I already accept it. But even if it happens otherwise, I will still accept myself. I will not hurt. It will not kill me. I'm not going to say that I will never love again. People are coming up and saying, I don't want love anymore. Why? Because people build relationship with trust and they were trusting human beings that can never be trusted. Imagine you buy a car. You go to a showroom and you buy a car. The government still wants you to register that car because government doesn't trust you. You still have to register that car to prove that it is yours. The Bible says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And these are the knowledges that have been hidden from us for so many long time. There are knowledges about relationship that has been hidden. They are hidden because people want to control us. Believing in each other is hidden, and you are being told to trust each other because when you talk about trust, you will need papers to write a paper down. Because I'm marrying you today, we write a paper, we take a vow, we say that in sickness and in health, we will blah 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 blah, all the things. These are, you know, things that we speak that bounce us, and then you go with fear that, you know, if you don't keep that promise, you remember you are in the altar, you are in front of the church, and the Bible was there, and you promised. So you need to, you know, because we are being, even immediately your relationship is starting, there is already fear being put on you that now the covenant has been made. You know, you have taken a vow. So somebody can even just do whatever they want. Somebody can do whatever he wants just because he's already taken a vow. He's taken a covenant. Akuzike Bill Kaira is saying I can't see him on YouTube. Guys, I'm not live on YouTube today, but this video will be available on YouTube soon. Today I'm just live on TikTok. I'm not live on YouTube. So you can wait. By tomorrow morning, 11 morning Bahrain time or East African time, you will be able to see this video. So I'm not live on YouTube. I was just live on TikTok only, but this video will be available for you there. So what was I saying, guys? I was saying that build ways on how you can lift each other. When you trust somebody, it means they are perfect. But do we have perfect human beings? We do not have. It's only God. So trust, even the Bible says it, trust only in Him who created you, not any other thing. But again, when it comes to relationship, you are being told that you have to build it on trust. No human being can be trusted, my sweethearts. No human being can be trusted. My YouTube channel name is the same name you are seeing on TikTok, with the same picture, same profile. I have around 6,000 subscribers, so you can go to YouTube, same name. And even if you click my bio there, you will get a link to my YouTube from the bio there. So kindly, when you find a relationship, stop fighting to trust the people you are in relationship with. Fight to believe in them. Learn how to believe them. Learn how you can lift them up. Learn how you can grow together. People can lie. People can trespass. People can fall. That is why God is forgiving us, because God understands that we are not trustable. Can I give you another example? Imagine Thomas, who walked with Jesus Christ side by side and saw all the miracles Jesus Christ did, could not trust Jesus Christ when Jesus Christ risen back to life and came to the disciples where they were. Thomas asked Jesus, "Show me the proof to show that you have risen." Jesus did not question Thomas, "Why are you doubting me?" Jesus stretched his hands because he knew you can never trust a human being, and there's no human being that can ever trust you. They will always doubt. Even those who did not ask, they only did not have power to ask, because Thomas was this one disciple who never accepted anything unless he saw proof. So he was named the doubting Thomas. He used to question every single thing. And that's why he had the power to even question Jesus and show me your hands, show me your legs. I need to prove that it's you. So if you Christians were here, If Thomas, who saw the miracles Jesus Christ did, if Thomas, who saw Jesus raising Lazarus from dead into life again, if Thomas, who saw Jesus raising Jairus' daughter, still could not believe Jesus Christ that he risen, who are we to speak about trusting each other? Why do you want to kill your heart? Why do you want to kill yourself by building a relationship on something that is not there? We build relationship on believing on each other. I believe he can be the best wife that I'm looking for. I believe that he can be the best father for my kids. I believe this is the man who's supposed to take me down the aisle. I believe that this is the woman that I've been looking for. I believe. When you say I believe, you don't have proof, but there is power in you. There is energy in you that is pushing you to consider this person. So it is you now to do your work. Do background checks. Pray every single day. Be sure that you are there for them. That I trust her. I trust him. Or he can go to the disco dance. He can go with his friends. I trust them. Nobody can be trusted, my dear sisters and brothers. You can never trust any human beings. That's the truth. This is the truth that is hidden away from us. We are told to trust people. You can never trust anyone. You don't even trust your kids. Do you trust them? That's why you put passcode or what we call it, children control on remotes. You leave them at home with the television, you put child control so that they don't, watch some things that you don't want them to watch. So you don't trust your children. You don't trust your parents. You don't, but then now you want to tell us that you're coming to trust somebody that you just met as a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It will make your life harder and more difficult. It is better to work so hard and build a capacity of believing on each other. I believe on her. I believe in this person. I believe that she can do this. I believe in my child. Right? Some parents are like, I trust that my daughter is going to pass exams. Then your daughter fails. So where was the trust? If you told us that you trusted her, why did she fail? You cannot trust. You can only believe. You can only believe. Believe in everything that you see around. Do not trust anything. Believe in anything that you see around. This TikTok that you see here is being fought by so many forces because we can speak about these things freely. Some of these social medias that you see around here, when you start speaking about these things, you get censored because there are so powerful people who do not want people to know the truth. You've been fed some lies, you've been fed some things that are sweet to your ears. Nobody wants you to understand this. People want you to say, to build your relationship, you have to trust. So you are really working so hard. You've been working for 50 years to finding somebody you can trust. You've been dating. You cannot trust anyone. So you're like, me, I'm tired with love. Love doesn't work. I'm tired with dating. Nobody to be trusted. I'm telling you, you cannot trust anyone. No one can be trusted. So stop disturbing your heart trying to trust people. It's not going to work for you. Build what we call belief. Trust only in God. Trust God and believe people. Most of us are struggling to trust people and believe God. Because we pray that we are looking for good men, but still we are in doubt to find those men. So we only trust people, but we believe in God. Instead of trusting God and believing people. Because when you believe, you have a percentage of no proof. I don't have proof that this is possible. That means I believe. But when you trust, it means 100% this is going to work. You can trust yourself. Yes, you will trust yourself. You can work hard to trust yourself. But again, let's say this. Are you perfect? Masalu, Rahman, I want to ask you something. Are you perfect? Do you think everything that you're promising yourself, you can give it to yourself? That's how trust is built. Trust is built with perfection. So the only living human or living being is God. The only living being is God. That is perfect, is God. If you know very well that you are not perfect, believe in yourself. That is why it is always said, believe in yourself. Trust no one. The book says so well. I don't know what Quran says, but I believe that Quran also says that. Trust no one, but only God. Does your pastor remind you that? They tell you that, oh, trust your wife, trust your brothers, trust your employer. No, you can never trust these people. Brothers are coming and killing each other because of land. Brothers are gossiping about each other. Brothers are destroying the children of their brothers. Sometimes your brother died and left children, some young or maybe adults. Then the family decides to start fighting them to grab their land, grab their property. How can we trust people? The only perfect being is God. You trust perfection. You believe in what is not perfect. And I'm explaining again, why should you believe and not trust? Believing means that you train your heart to accept that even if I was looking forward to making millions out of this business, if it doesn't make millions, I can still be okay. That next time it will happen. That is what we call believing. But when we trust, it means that when I start a business, it has to work. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be shattered. That is why most of the people hate themselves. People hate themselves because they're trying to succeed and success is not coming. So because you are so much into trust that your success was going to come and it never came, now you start to dislike yourself. You start to hate the person that you are. Some people started marriages and then they divorced. And because you trusted so much in marriage, you trusted so much in your wife or your husband, you get shattered. So trust only God. Believe in anyone. Believe in yourself. Believe in the people you see around. Believing means I have a gap that can accept any result that comes from people. I'll take questions.